Hello and welcome back to our Chronological Bible in a Year reading plan. Today is day 218 and we are starting the book of Zephaniah. As you know, when we start a new book, we read the name of said book, the Hebrew translation of that English word, and then the literal translation of the Hebrew word. So we have, again, Zephaniah 1 through 3, and Zephaniah translates to Zephaniah but with a TS because there was no Z in the Hebrew alphabet, and that translates to treasured of Yah. So, Zephaniah chapter 1. Let's get to it. Zephaniah chapter 1. The word of Yahuwah which came to Zephaniah, son of Cushi, son of Gedaliah, son of Amariah, son of Hizkiah, in the days of Yoshayahu, son of Ammon, sovereign of Yehudah. I shall snatch away all from the face of the earth, declares Yahuwah. I snatch away man and beast. I snatch away the birds of the Shemaim, which is the heavens, and the fish of the sea, and the stumbling blocks with the wicked, when I shall cut off man from the face of the earth, declares Yahuwah. And I shall stretch out my hand against Yehudah, and against all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and cut off every trace of Baal from this place, the names of the idolatrous priests, with the Kohanim, which means priests, and those bowing down to the host of the Shemaim on the housetops, and those bowing themselves, swearing by Yahuwah and swearing by Malcolm, and those who turn away from following Yahuwah, and who have not sought Yahuwah or inquired of him. Hush, in the presence of the Adon Yahuwah, which the Adon means master. For the day of Yahuwah is near, for Yahuwah has prepared a slaughter. He has kadosh his invited ones, and kadosh means set apart or sanctified. And it shall be in the day of the slaughter of Yahuwah that I shall punish the rulers and the sons of the sovereign, and all such as are clad in foreign garments. And I shall punish on that day all who leap over the threshold, who fill their masters' houses with violence and deceit. And on that day there shall be, declares Yahuwah, the sound of a cry from the fish gate, and of a howling from the second quarter, and of a great crashing from the hills. Howl, you inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people shall be silenced. All those weighing out silver shall be cut off. And at that time it shall be that I search Jerusalem with lamps, and punish the men who are settled on their dregs, who say in their heart, Yahuwah does no good, nor does he evil. And their wealth shall become plunder, and their houses laid waste. And they shall build houses, but not inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards, but not drink their wine. Near is the great day of Yahuwah, near and hurrying greatly, the noise of the day of Yahuwah. Let the mighty man then bitterly cry out. That day is a day of wrath, a day of distress and trouble, a day of waste and ruin, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds, dense clouds, a day of ram's horn and alarm against the walled cities and against the corner towers. And I shall bring distress on men, and they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against Yahuwah. And their blood shall be poured out like dust, and their flesh like dung. Excuse me. Verse 18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of Yahuwah. And by the fire of his jealousy all the earth shall be consumed, for he makes a sudden end of all those who dwell in the earth. Chapter 2. Gather together, O nation without shame. Before the decree is born, the day shall pass on like chaff. Before the burning wrath of Yahuwah comes upon you, before the day of wrath of Yahuwah comes upon you. Seek Yahuwah, all you meek ones of the earth, who have done his right ruling. Seek righteousness, seek meekness, if so be that you are hidden in the day... If so be that you are hidden in the day of wrath of Yahuwah. For Azza is abandoned, and Ashkelon laid waste. Again. Ashdod is driven out at noonday, and Ekron is uprooted. Woe to the inhabitants of the sea coast, the nation of the Kerethites. The word of Yahuwah is against you, O Canaan, land of the Pelethites, and I shall destroy you so that there is no inhabitant. And the sea coast shall be pastures, shepherds, meadows, and enclosures for flocks. And the coast shall be for the remnant of the house of Yehudah, and they shall feed their flocks on it, and at evening they lie down in the houses of Ashkelon. For Yehovah their Elohim shall visit them and turn back their captivity. I have heard the reproach of Moab and the revilings of the children of Ammon, with which they have reproached my people, and exalted themselves against their borders. Therefore, as I live, declares Yehovah of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, Moab shall be like Sodom, and the children of Ammon like Amorah, a possession for weeds and a pit of salt, and a waste forever. The remnant of my people plunder them, and the rest of my nation possess them. This is what they get for their pride, because they have reproached and exalted themselves against the people of Yehovah of hosts. Yehovah shall be awesome to them, for he shall make all the mighty ones of the earth to shrivel, while all the coastlands of the nations bow down to him, each one from his place. You too, O Cushites, are to be slain by my sword. And he shall stretch out his hand against the north, and destroy Ashur, and make Nineveh a waste, as dry as a wilderness. And droves shall lie down in her midst, every beast of the nation. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. Every beast of the nation, both pelican and bittern lodge in the tops of her columns, a voice singing at the window. Ruin be at the threshold, for the cedar work is exposed. This is the exultant city that is dwelling in safety, that said in her heart, I am it, and there is none but me. How she has become a waste, a place for beasts to lie down. Everyone who passes by her whistles and shakes his fist. Chapter 3. Woe to her who is rebellious and defiled, the oppressing city. She did not obey the voice, she did not accept instruction, she did not trust in Yahuwah, she did not draw near to her Elohim. Her rulers in her midst are roaring lions, her judges are evening wolves. They shall leave no bone until morning. Her Nebeim, which are prophets, are reckless, treacherous men. Her Kohanim, again priests, have profaned the Mishkan, which is the dwelling place, or the tabernacle, I believe. They have done violence to the Torah. Yahuwah is righteous in her midst, he does no unrighteousness. Morning by morning he brings his right ruling to light, and has not been lacking. Yet the unrighteous one knows no shame. I have cut off nations, their corner towers are in ruins. I have made their streets deserted, with no one passing by. Their cities are destroyed, without man, without inhabitant. I have said, only revere me, accept instruction. And her dwelling would not be cut off, all that I have appointed for her. But they rose up early, they corrupted all their deeds. Therefore wait for me, declares Yahuwah, until the day I rise up for plunder. For my judgment is to gather nations, to assemble rains, to pour out on them my rage, all my burning wrath. For by the fire of my jealousy all the earth shall be consumed. For then I shall turn unto the peoples a clean lip, so that they all call on the name of Yahuwah, to serve him with one shoulder. From beyond the rivers of Cush, my worshippers, the daughter of my dispersed ones, shall bring my offering. In that day you shall not be put to shame for any of your deeds in which you have transgressed against me. For then I shall remove from your midst your proud exulting ones, and you shall no more be haughty in my Kadesh mountain, which means my holy mountain. But I shall leave in your midst an oppressed and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of Yahuwah. The remnant of Israel shall do no unrighteousness and speak no falsehood, nor is a tongue of deceit found in their mouth. For they shall feed their flocks and lie down, with none to frighten them. Shout for joy, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O Israel. Be glad and rejoice with all your heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. Yahuwah has turned aside your judgments. He has faced your enemy. The sovereign of Israel, Yahuwah, is in your midst. No longer need you fear evil. In that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, do not fear Zion, do not let your hands be weak. Yahuwah your Elohim is in your midst, is mighty to save. He rejoices over you with joy. He is silent in his love. He rejoices over you with singing. I shall gather those who grieve about the appointed place, who are among you, to whom its reproach is a burden. See, I am dealing with all those afflicting you at that time, and I shall save the lame and gather those who were cast out. And I shall give them for a praise and for a name in all the earth where they were put to shame. At that time I shall bring you in, even at that time I gather you, for I shall give you for a name and for a praise among all the peoples of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, said Yahuwah. And that concludes the whole book of Zephaniah and our reading for today. So, thank you for joining as always, and I hope you're reading along, and I encourage you, most importantly, to read for yourself. And peace and blessings and love to you. See you in the next one.